everyone. It is nice to be with you again here in DRL, but it's not, again, it's not ACC, it is the LMU edition. We are at Portimao, Portugal, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and the person that's going to keep me awake until 1:15, 1:30 in the morning, Neil Kerbal. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I thought we were at Algarve.
Everyone kind of knows it as Portimao.
Oh, okay. I read it as Algarve International Circuit, so that's on me.
That's the proper name for it. Yes, you are correct. But I call it Portimao because have nothing better to do. Currently, we're riding on board with Arthur Hermanes. He's currently going to be the first one out on track. Unless Max Power has somehow gotten away from the rest of the field. I don't believe he has. So, it's going to be a little bit of a... going to be a little bit of a task getting all these drivers to make sure they get their out laps and prep lap done and stuff. Hopefully, we're going to switch screens here, or we're going to switch things around and go to make sure I don't broadcast audio over myself again.
Let's say we have, what, 6 drivers on the track tonight, so that's about 0.8 kilometers of free space per driver on the track tonight.
If you're running into another person on a lap, it says we are currently streaming iRacing Spa 24-hour.
Yes, I saw that.
I do not believe that is correct, but whatever the case may be.
You can rename it after it's posted.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just here to broadcast things. I'm here as the voice of reason.
You're the one that brings the excitement, narrates the excitement on track in the opening laps. I actually didn't
do the rookies yesterday. I wasn't feeling too great, so.
I know. I noticed your absence.
I wonder if the chat did.
I was there for race 1. I didn't catch race 2. But I did not recall anyone saying anything.
Your cat is not very happy with you.
I know. We're trying to push his feeding back an hour, and he is revolting.
Any particular reason why?
Because he's been waking me and my wife up at 3 a.m.
Did Arthur's want to... Do you know if Peugeots have lawnmowers?
They have some lawn mowing capabilities, specifically with how low the car goes and how angular the front end is, but it's not the intended or default purpose of that vehicle.
Well, Arthur's is going to line up with a time that doesn't actually go on the board, so it's going to be up to Morgan Deno to set the first lap time of the day, and he is going to do so with a 1:36.7. I'm assuming that won't last long because we're going to have Max Power absolutely destroy those out of the water.
Yeah, when we were watching him in practice, I think his best lap time was like a 1:32.6. So we'll see how close he gets to his practice times.
Bozak's going to come across the line next. He is going to go second, but Max Power goes into the pits?
Probably to cool his tires down. He was closing all the brake ducts, so maybe he was just heating them up too much.
And that is a provisional pull for Polinick with a 1:34.9. Let's see where Russell Stanford can maybe put his car.
If I remember correctly, Palaniuk was practicing in a Porsche earlier.
He is still in a Porsche.
Oh, well, it was a GT3 Porsche.
Yes, but now it's a hypercar Porsche. And Stanford puts himself fourth. Hermani struggling to set a valid lap time, it seems.
He was quite liberal with track limits in practice, so he just needs to keep a focus. He's on that final turn now, coming on the finishing line straight, so we'll see where he places himself.
Nope, he's starting another lap.
Yeah, no time set. Really struggling out there.
We'll stay on board with him. We'll keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that commentator's curse looming large in his rearview mirror.
If he's seeing me in his rearview mirror, there's problems.
Yeah, as your fellow teammate, yeah, he must be worried about his performance if he sees you in his rearview mirror.
So I guess my question, because referencing the birthday bash that happened about 2 weeks ago, or about a week ago. What do you mean we're gonna do this again?
We're gonna do it again.
But for whose birthday though?
Somebody's. I'll find somebody.
Because like, part of me wants to participate in those, but I also just love commentating. But
You bring lots of energy to the commentator's booth, Tyler, so as much as I want you crashing into people on track, I think it's much better if you cause crashes by looking at people.
well, let's see what this is. Let's see what I can do against Arthur Hermione.
I love this turn. Turn 15, they just get so much air on that crest. You can actually see the front of the car bounce.
And Hermione's gonna take. I was about to say it said fifth, but now he's third. Let's take a look at Max Power, who's actually not purple sector 1. And Morgan's now going to take the fastest lap with a 1:34.3. Max Power is actually slower in the middle sector by about 3/10.
I got really confused for a second. I'm looking at an advertisement, but it cut to the helicopter flying on screen. I was like, oh, they have an actual helicopter in this game. But no, it's an advertisement.
See, like, I haven't seen Portimao since they raced it in the F1, and then I raced it in the F1 games.
What is your impressions of this track?
I don't mind it. It's a very flow state kind of track, as Max Power absolutely just goes from last to first, but he's only up by 3/10. We know he can go faster.
It was at practice, he was 3 seconds up from the rest of the drivers, so either they were sandbagging or the race is on.
Well, Arthur's was 3/10 through the first sector, and then a total of 5/10 through the middle. So let's see if he can get ahead of Polinick, because he won't get ahead of Morgan.
Keep our eyes on him.
He has actually the fastest middle sector, or last sector, but it's not good enough to improve.
Do you know after which turn starts the second sector? Is it turn 5?
I think it's the uphill left-hander, like just shortly after it.
Uphill left-hander.
The blind uphill left-hander that leads down that like mini back straight.
Mini back. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's turn 4.
And Bozek will put himself fifth. Ooh,
I'm really liking.
Russell Stanford's on a little bit of a lap. He's only 9/10 down in the from the middle sector line.
That's pretty good, and that's comparative to the
Power
fastest
just
lap,
does a
right?
1:32.9. There's a yellow flag, but we'll stick on board with Russell Stanford.
And let's see what he can put on the board.
Almost beats Bozak. So close. So close.
Yeah, almost a second improvement over his previous lap time.
Your cat does not enjoy the fact that he is not getting food. Kevin
No, he
Polinick
might-
has set the fastest first sector by almost a 10th.
That's crazy. He's really ringing the performance out of
Max
that
Power
board.
sets the fastest middle sector by 0.6.
Okay.
There we go.
He's writing. He's setting the pace. It's expected. It's expected from Max Power, somebody who's seasoned in the LMU game. At home, at one with the hypercar. Are you seeing this? I really love this final left-hand corner before the finishing line straight.
Polnick will go second. Max Power will destroy his lap time. Goes 1:32.6. Arthur's from the middle sector line is almost a full second back. Well, and he goes off track, so he's not going to improve. Also, Stanford,
Nailed.
still close, but not close enough to Mr. Bozek to pass him. See, can Morgan get ahead of
So what do you-
Polnick? What'd you say?
Oh, I was gonna say, what do you think is the lap record here?
In what spec of car?
Hypercar.
If I had to take a gander of a guess, I might say 129.
Pretty close. You're about a second off. Fastest lap time was set in 2021. It's a 1:30.9 by an Alpine, a 480.
An Alpine?
An Alpine, not what you would expect.
The fuck? Hermani's struggling to find his lap time.
He's only 2 seconds back from the leader and about 4/10 from P3, so he's pretty close to a podium position.
He definitely has the skill and the drive and the pace. He just got to find it. Can Russell Stanford finally get ahead of Samuel Bozak?
He's got a 10th to make up.
Yes, he can, folks.
And does it.
Is everyone else in the pits? Oh, well, Arthur's is now. Oh, he just
slams on the brakes.
yeah,
Was it Stanford and Bozak were back and forth, and Bozak was like, I raise you a 10th, and then Stanford comes back and is like, no, I raise you a 10th.
They're just fighting each other for the prospect of
see if Bozak can
being
fight
last
back
in qualifying. That is a yellow flag. I do believe that's Stanford. Yep, shock and surprise.
He might struggle with consistency in this race. Ooh, is that look like track limits?
Maybe, it's entirely possible. I'll find out when the timing charts update. Can you imagine if they had F1, or like just in qualifying in general, either for WEC or F1, that if they track limit in a sector, it just shows up red?
Oh, the timing chart shows red?
So, like, if you look at the stream, you see how Sector 1 he was green, Sector 2 he was yellow.
Yep.
In Sector 2, if he had done track limits, I would want it to show red.
Oh, yeah, saying it invalidated.
Invalid, yeah.
But, actually, if you want to comment on this, he might be able to make it. Nope. But as we learned in practice, if you go off track limits in LMU and you lift to slow the car down, you can actually still maintain a valid lap without invalidating, or like with validating but keeping a valid lap. if what the drivers told us was true.
Well, I immediately switched to Stanford, and you immediately had an off. So the curse worked to perfection.
The curse lives on.
Well, if Samuel Bozak wants to not start last, that is not how he does it. And
nope, he wants to start last.
And that should be it for qualifying. Because Stanford's not improving.
He's got to make 1.750 seconds.
Well, he's already 5 seconds behind the max powers lap, so he's already at 137. So unless he has the best final sector in human history,
or he practices his pit entry,
or he just stops in the middle of the track, that's also one way of doing it.
That's a possibility. All right, so we got Power, Deno.
Oh, don't worry. I can set the starting order.
Oh, that's right. You got that cool thing. All right, you got to run us down.
All right, I'm just gonna
the cool visuals.
I'm just waiting for...
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Can't believe how loud that is. So,
you want to shout at me some more, Teddy?
Set the starting order. So on row 1 we have Max Power and Morgan Detto. On row 2 we have Kevin Polinick and Arthur Hermani. And then on row 3, the best of the worst, we have Russell Stanford and Samuel Bozak.
Both of which we expect to be battling back and forth, tit for tat, overtakes and undertakes this entire 50-minute race. We're looking at both you, Russ Stanford, and Sam Bozak. We want some entertainment.
As long as somebody hits somebody, I'll take that.
No, don't go for hits. We want some content, some overtakes and undertakes, some change in position.
You imagine that, like, I just press full course yellow or I push safety car and it just automatically spawns one?
That would be fun. It's a Porsche, though.
So apparently, according to Morgan, they're going to add the Valkyrie in the next LMU update.
I saw some pictures of it. It looks pretty nice, and from what they've said, it sounds even nicer.
Has started.
The formation lap has started. I'm just going to put the full course yellow on, even though we're not under full course yellow, but essentially we're just doing form lap.
It allows you to participate, Tyler.
It allows me to do something.
Full course yellow, guys. Be safe out there.
So, folks,
this is a short formation lap.
Yeah, it's a quarter. So, folks, what are the odds that one of us ends up falling asleep during this 45? I think it's 50? I think it's 50-minute race.
50 minutes.
Yeah, 50-minute race. Well, we'll find out as soon as Max Power takes the green flag. The full course yellow has been lifted. We're just waiting for Max Power to decide when he wants to hit the gas pedal.
Green flag.
Which is now, and off we go. Kevin Polnick's going to get right beside Morgan. Arthur's had a not-so-great start. Kevin Polnick maybe going to try up the inside, and that is a breaking Russell Stanford. That is Samuel Bozak going off the track. Max Power leads, followed by Morgan, followed by Arthur Hermani, who's batting Kevin Polnick. Russell Stanford currently holds P5. Samuel Bozak in 6th. As Max Power is off to the races. Russell Stanford, I think, tried to make that 3 wide, which that would have been an insane thing to watch. Kevin Polnick currently is ahead of Arthur Hermani, Russell Stanford, Samuel Bozak thinking about a move inside, maybe not. Car a little bit twitchy as Russell Stanford currently holds on to that position. Max Power and Morgan Deno are already ways away from the rest of the group, as you can see on your screen here. Kevin Polnick trying his best best to get away from Arthur Hermani, but so far, no luck. So far, all 6 drivers are still facing forward, and for that, folks, we thank the Lord.
This is a great opening lap from these drivers. Driving pretty close to one another, front bumper to rear bumper, but we'll see those gaps sort of expand out. I'm really hoping we get some close driving between these drivers.
Samuel Bozak is the first one to get the commentator's curse. I switch the camera onto him, and he immediately takes it into the gravel.
Pick up some rocks for his tires.
Yep, pick up rubber. Don't wanna be underweight in that car.
I mean, adding rocks to your rubber tires gives them grip, right?
At least that's what it does in the winter.
Mm-hmm. So they're only like 4 months too early.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. If Arthur Hermani's still on the back of Kevin Palaniuk, Arthur Hermani getting that slipstream, there is no DRS in WEC, so it's going to be all up on the Latvian sensation to try and get Kevin Palaniuk in his Porsche. A little bit more grip by Arthur Hermani means they're going to go side by side here, getting ready to go up to the right-hander that caused so many deaths in the F1 games. Because you would just lose grip up here and then just spin. Palaniuk defends the inside and sweeps out to the out, or defends the inside and swoops to the out. Maintains the position right now as you see the interval gaps on your screen. This is the closest battle we have right now, as we already have Max Power flying off into the distance.
Some good respectful racing for both of these drivers, giving each other plenty of space as they navigate these.
A little bit of a lock up there by Palaniuk.
corners.
Is that going to allow Arthur Hermani's the chance? I think Hermani's just going to stay out wide and stay in the slipstream. Maybe see if he can get him into turn 1. They might, honestly, if they weren't so stapled to the ground, I swear they would go flying off that corner.
They do. Like, you can see the front end lifting off. Like, I'm surprised they're able to keep that front end grip through that corner.
It could just be also a play of the screen. You never know.
Possible, yeah.
This game in broadcast mode is very glitchy.
Still fun to watch, though. I really do like the camera shaking.
Palaniuk struggling with that corner as Russell Stanford goes off. You already have Samuel Bozak 20 seconds behind the Russell Stanford.
I think at this point, Sam just needs to put his head down, focus on hitting those braking zones and apexes.
How long until he gets lapped?
You know, I'm gonna defend Bozak here. I don't think he's gonna get lapped. I think he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna catch up to Stanford, and we're gonna get some more battling between these two drivers as Hermanez still chases Palaniuk ahead in third position.
A little bit of a reaction there by Hermani, just like immediately flinging the car to the outside as if he was gonna get too close to Palaniuk. However, he is right on the bumper of that Porsche.
Has a good position where he's in right now. He's got the slipstream. They're coming up on this final corner on the finishing line straight. He should be able to close the gap even more here and maybe take an inside attack move, although it looks like Palaniuk is positioning his car to defend.
I mean, the problem is for Hermani, he is in a Pucho, so he's already at an incredible disadvantage. Even though that car beat both my Valkyries, so I really can't say shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you take that back. The Peugeot is a solid car. The drivers have told us this.
Solus isn't here to defend it, so as far as I'm aware, it's crap.
It's a solid 8 out of 10.
The only thing it's good for is Solus flying at Le Mans. That is probably the highlight of the Peugeot.
Okay, that might give it like +3 to the score. So it's probably 5 out of 10, but +3 because Silas can make it fly. Upside down.
Folks, I would be showing more of the other drivers, but currently we are like desperate for action, especially after last week's lack thereof. So we will just stay on this for now until the gaps do subside, as someone has gotten something done, because I see the red outline, so somebody got a penalty for something.
Bozak is in the pits.
So he is going to get lapped.
Well, damn it.
Not even 10 minutes in. And as we looked away, Polinick has gotten a little bit further ahead of Arthur's Hermione.
That gap went from 0.4 now to 1.4, so Hermanes may have made a mistake in one of the corners approaching that finishing line straight. I just know with these hypercars, the braking zone is incredibly crucial to get right, because these cars do not have any form of ABS to assist when you actually get hard on the brakes.
Definitely. Honestly, I've not driven Le Mans yet, so Le Mans Ultimate. I've been strictly broadcasting. I'm going to be doing the iRacing League in DRL when it takes into effect.
What class of cars are they doing for the iRacing League?
GT3s.
Okay. And what are your
Ooh,
thoughts?
Polinick is right on the back of Morgan.
Oh wow, yeah, we might have a 3-position battle between P2,
Oh my
P3, and P4.
god! After having literally no action at Bahrain, we now have suddenly all the action at Portimao.
This is the final race of the season, right?
Yes, it's the final race of the mini championship.
Mini championship. So these drivers are pulling out all the stops. They're going for the gold.
I love how I cut to Samuel Bozak cutting grass.
Samuel Bozak is going for the green.
Yep. And it's not money, folks. Samuel Bozak has been lapped by Russell Stanford.
All right, take that in, folks. It's probably the first and only time you'll hear that.
Yep. The only time you will ever hear that sentence out loud. Morgan having trouble handling that Cadillac.
Yeah, he's really struggling on these corner exits. You can see like his rear end just kicking out when he gets back on the throttle.
Yep, there did it again.
I wonder if this is similar to Bahrain, where a lot of drivers were saying they were struggling with rear end grip. Palaniuk taking that inside line, giving Morgan something to think about as he looms closer in his rearview mirror.
Hermione just kind of like, not losing time per se, but he's just kind of watching in the background.
I think he's hanging back. He's doing that strategic approach where he's expecting these two drivers to meet.
They make contact a little bit there through the final corner, but no driver worse for wear.
Yeah, if that was ACC, both drivers would have spun.
Oh, both drivers would have
Reversed
died.
upside down. ACC physics would have set the world on fire.
Flip the car. That is a little bit unfortunate for Polinick there. He was right behind Morgan, but Morgan took the outside line, which allows you to carry more speed, and on the inside line, you kind of have to slow down more. And now, because of that, Polinick is back into the clutches of Arthur Hermione. They actually have a fairly even gap, 0.6 between all three of them.
Yeah, it's funny how that played out. I was just saying at that time, like, Hermanes is hanging back, just waiting for these two drivers to get in contact with one another and just sail on past 2 positions for just being patient.
And it almost
didn't turn out that way.
It almost occurred, though.
It almost happened.
And that is a penalty to Mr. Bozak.
What do you get a penalty for?
I have no clue. All I just know is that it said penalty Bozak. So, he is now 2 laps down from Stanford and the rest of the field. How many... Okay, if he's 2 laps down by 11 minutes, he's going to be 10 laps down by the time the race ends, based off of what we know. Based off of just pure...
In my short time watching these races, Tyler, I really feel like the stewards just pick a driver and they're like, let's continue to punish this driver over and over and over again. Last race at Bahrain was Mitch, and now it's Bozak.
Palaniuk currently on the back of Morgan. Arthur's having fallen back again. Morgan very liberal with his track limits.
Ooh, very liberal. Very dangerous getting on that green stuff when you're really struggling with rear end grip. I wonder if he's just like keeping the speed up so that
this is a chance. This is a chance for Palaniuk to go up the inside.
Positions the car
perfectly. Very nice. Little deep, but blocks Morgan so Morgan can't get by. And Palaniuk is up into P2.
Nicely done. Morgan was setting it up for that switchback, but Palaniuk's car was just in the way at the right time. And now Hermanez will follow Morgan for a little bit.
Are we sure Bozak's not test driving the Valkyrie?
He might take a break and go do that, considering he now has a DNF.
Wait, what? Oh my goodness, folks. Yep, he is DNF'd. I didn't even see the letters.
I am pretty sure, and you know, after the 4 races that we watched of this championship, Tyler, I really feel like the stewards just pick a driver and continue to punish them.
Well, Samuel Bozak, even though he's on the West Coast, can finally go to bed. I, however, on the East Coast, cannot do such a thing.
You got to stay up, Tyler, and watch. At least we got something to watch. These 3 drivers, ooh, very close to the back of Palaniuk.
He's pretty much pushing him.
Yeah, just sticking to Palaniuk's rear bumper. Morgan Denno is really aggressively fighting with that Cadillac to chase Palaniuk down.
It's weird that Arthur's is just like there. He's kind of stuck in this like 1.5 to 1 second zone where he's just there.
I feel like he's just playing the patient game. He's watching these 2 drivers duke it out and looming in the distance to see if he can capitalize on it. I don't know how difficult it is to overtake in this, but he's definitely playing the patient game.
All right, everybody is on the medium tire so far. Let's look at energy remaining. So far, Power and Denno have the most, followed by Palaniuk, and then Hermanez and Stanford round out the rear. They're going to go side by side again through here?
Yeah, you didn't catch that, but Palaniuk had a lockup, which allowed Morgan to cut in on the inside. So now they're going to go side by side down the finishing line straight. Oop, but Palaniuk is able to keep the lead.
You almost want to stick with the driver that's ahead of you up until this turn. And Morgan's going to take the outside. Palaniuk's going to sweep to the inside. And that's going to allow Morgan to retake that second place. However, Palaniuk does have the inside, and he looks like he'll be making that inside move again. Up the inside, Morgan positions the switchback again, and again gets blocked. So as much as Morgan had the outside, he didn't have the speed to maintain to stay ahead of Palaniuk.
It's that double right that's saving Palaniuk. He's positioning the car perfectly.
And there goes Morgan!
Ooh, and he spins.
That is unfortunate. That has allowed Hermanez to pick up the scraps of what was him staying in the back. He is now P3. Folks, Max Power is still driving. We just don't need to follow him because he's Max Verstappening and he's 25 seconds ahead of P2 and there's not even 35. I legitimately think Max Power can start 3 laps down and probably still win the race.
I was actually talking to Max after the Bahrain race. I'd be curious to see if he starts doing some energy saving tactics. Remember how we noticed in Bahrain he was letting the car, he was lifting prior to the corners, and I thought this was a way to alleviate some of the brake force on the car in the braking zone. But it actually turns out he was doing some virtual energy like fuel saving. So I wonder if he'll do that to just extend his ability and ensure that he does not have to pit this race.
Yes, Chiruga, I agree with you. That was some magnificent racing. Too bad Morgan decided that his Cadillac just looked better in the grass.
He had to go check out a patch of grass. But all these drivers seem to be pretty close in terms of virtual energy. I'm curious to see with these cars battling between second and fourth place if their constant battling with one another affects their virtual energy.
Morgan has caught up to Hermione again quite quickly. The gap was like 3.4. It's now already like 2.1.
Yeah, I wonder if he's struggling with just sitting in the wake of the car. Like usually, if you're in the slipstream, you get better aerodynamic like speed on straights, but you struggle on corners. So I wonder if that's what he's experiencing, and now he's able to catch up a little bit because he's able to maintain speed and downforce on the rear of the car through these corners.
Entirely possible.
Because you're right, he's narrowing that gap down. He's now at 1.8. So even though he's back a bit, this battle for P3 and P2 is still on.
Because it's like Hermione can get close, but he just can't get close enough to make a move.
Well, a lot of these corners, Tyler, if you watch, the inside becomes the outside. And even though you position your car for an overtake, you end up being on the outside of the corner afterward, which basically means you tuck in behind the driver afterwards. It allows for some good close side-by-side racing, but the person ahead is positioned specifically if they're just driving the racing line to stay ahead of the other car.
Hermione maybe thinking up the inside, decides the better of it. Morgan drifting through the corner to meet the drivers. Down Kerbel's favorite hill they go.
Any airtime for the drivers?
Nope, not that I can see on the, sorry folks, on the air tracker.
Think we should bring any of them into the commentary booth to talk to them?
Not while they're probably battling out like this. Just because, like, it made sense last time because everybody was like 5 seconds away from one another.
Plenty of gaps, yeah.
But we have active battles going on. Like, this is actively, like... I noticed Polonic is struggling in Sector 2. That's when Hermione can get his French POS car closest to the Porsche Polonic. But the Cadillac of Morgan definitely looks eyeing to get back that third and or second place spot.
Are you noticing any other differences? Like, is the Cadillac better in a straight line versus the Peugeot, which is better in Sector 2, which has a majority of the corners?
I mean, I just think that... Oh, maybe an inside move here by Morgan? Nope, Alex the better of it. You know what? I'm going to bring out the...
Safety car?
Nope. What
Yeah.
view is this? Okay, there we go.
Oh no, I like seeing the steering wheel. Yeah, you can really get a feel for how much Morgan is working this car to get it around the track.
Ooh! Almost contact
Ooh,
with
look
the
at
rear
that.
end.
Lost seesawing at the wheel right there. God, if I was Hermanas, I'd be very concerned with how close that Cadillac is to my rear bumper.
Gonna ride on board with the Latvian sensation. Not
Oh
only
yeah, we'll see Morgan in the rearview mirror, and we'll get a view of Palaniuk. So this is actually a pretty good position. Yeah, he's just able to close up in these
oh,
corners.
and off goes Morgan.
All right, let's switch it. Let's ride on with Morgan now. So what was that? Hermana has just dipped his tires on the outside of the corner, picked
Yep.
up a bit of gravel, recovered, but that allowed Deno to take the position. So Deno moves up from 4th into 3rd and is now able to chase down Palaniuk for P2.
So you have lights, you have rain lights, you have reverse wiper, you have, what is that, fan and heater on the 3rd set of lights?
No, so the top one is your propeller, and the one below that is your defogger.
Propeller.
Mm-hmm. It's a propeller.
Where?
So 3rd from the right, number 3,
No,
the
I
top
know.
one,
It
number
looks
3.
like a fan, not a propeller.
It's a propeller
No, but where on the car would that be?
on the back. It's amphibious, Tyler.
So you're telling me if I suddenly drop them on soon, these cars can still run?
No, it's like Mario Kart where they have water levels. You basically push that button when your car is fully submerged, a propeller pops out of the bottom, and it allows you to drive or
Submarine.
navigate. Yeah, it allows you to navigate or drive through the water part of the track. So for example, if one of these dips were flooded, that button would come in very handy.
Ooh.
I just got some walking up from Palaniuk ahead.
Yep.
And then there's also a button in 4th position on the bottom that just says wet.
That was a snap.
And Morgan was able to catch it.
Is that under or over?
Is what under or over?
Was that snap understeer or oversteer?
Oversteer, it looked like.
This is what Bozak sees.
Every 1 minute and 34
5
seconds? Yeah, he sees 5 cars drive by. All right, Tyler, look at 4th position, the 2nd button down. What does that say?
BB?
No, go back. Go back to Deno's car.
Wet.
Yeah, it says wet.
Yeah, for wet tires.
So if you push that, your tires magically transform into wet tires? That doesn't seem realistic.
Alright, let's take a look at the Ferrari. I know that... I just love the Peugeot. It just blocks this left-hand side of your screen.
You don't need that.
You don't need your mirrors.
You don't need to see to the left. And you don't need to see much of the right either. You just need to see Peugeot. That's what you need to look at.
Alright, so let's see what's on the, See, look, fan, heat, wiper, one option. What do you mean one option?
It's the number 1 option. If you want to be P1, you push that button. Palaniuk's just waiting. Or no, Stanford's just waiting to press that button. Actually, no, you know what that is? That's the blue shell. That'll fire a blue shell that'll take out P1.
Stanford doesn't have as many cool buttons.
Let's see, he's got fan and bright. He's got a bright fan. Oh, he's got some AC. That's actually pretty high tech. Probably beneficial to have some AC in these conditions.
I'm surprised neither of these drivers have killed each other yet.
I mean, very respectful driving out there. They're all just close to one another. You know what? I think they're really trying to help you stay awake, Tyler.
Maybe.
They're really doing you a solid here.
Let's see what Max Power has. What the hell is the Lamborghini?
RHSF. Royal High School
Federation?
Racehorse. Federation, there we go. Ooh, there's a kill button.
Where?
The
Oh.
red button on his steering wheel, kill. He can just kill somebody.
Oh, that's lovely.
Lamborghini is a little less colorful with their button choices.
Look, Cadillac has a giant red stop button.
Yeah. If you just want to, like, stop the car immediately. 237 kilometers an hour to 0.
That would go spectacularly.
Palaniuk has an OK button.
Oh, Morgan goes a bit deep. Hermione has a power button.
Oh, he needs to push that. Push the power button. Hermanas, push it. Push the power.
Turn off the car.
Or what he does is he pushes the power button and then the +10 button, so he increases his power by 10.
Now, he also, when you notice he turns his left, he has a start and reset. So, obviously, he has a PC in his car.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I wonder what operating system it runs on.
Probably the electrical part of the car.
See, I was going to say Linux. Peugeot seems a very Linux-based operating system. He's also got an ACK button too, which is very network savvy. Like if somebody pings him, he can just push that button and respond with an ACK.
He has a mark. He has a mark button too.
Where's the mark button?
It's the underneath the ACK MRK mark.
Oh, okay. So what do you think that does?
I don't know, but Hermione just decided that the track limits were just a suggestion.
He's also got a facey button. What's the blue button? DRK?
Drink.
Dark?
No, drink.
Drink? Oh, okay, drink.
Oh, we have a yellow flag. Stanford? Yeah, it would have had to have been. I just like straight up have a kill button.
You know what? Aside from number one option, kill button is my second favorite. Morgan spun?
Yeah, Morgan spun.
And Hermanas took the position. We missed it.
No, we didn't.
Alright, folks. We're using the manual replay process to bring you this. Oh, wow. That's quite the rear grip loss right there.
Actually, take a look at it from the...
Is there rain? It looked like there's rain on his windshield.
No, that might be bug splatter.
Okay.
Take a look from inside the cockpit.
What do you think happened? Oh, just hard braking right there. Car dipped in. He just got tons of oversteer. Rear end just kicked out behind him. That's unfortunate. Although he's only 3.2 seconds behind, so we'll see if he's able to close that gap down. Palaniuk is doing really well keeping both these drivers behind him. This has been going on for like the past 20 minutes now.
I just love cutting to Samuel Bozak and just...
Zoom. Zoom. No, okay, I'm off.
Wait.
Zoom. Meow.
So apparently, according to this, he went into the wall in 7th gear at 333 kilometers an hour.
We see the 333.
Just above his gear 7.
Oh. He did say he put on hard tires, so... And my other cat is meowing at me. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna feed him.
No worries. We're right on board with what we got. Oh, and Morgan's had a big off. Let me take a look at the replay as to how he's done this. Oh, he's finally done it. Oh my God, he threw that car. He's finally back on track, but man, did he throw that. Alright, folks, there's 16 minutes left to go. Max Power is slowly catching Russell Stanford. Russell Stanford in danger of being lapped. Morgan Denno is now solidly in 4th place after absolutely deciding that his car wanted to go flying. Kevin Palaniuk is in P2, and not far behind him is Arthur Hermani in the Peugeot. And we have lost Samuel Bozak because he decided he wanted to crash the car. Damn, those front brakes of Palaniuk are just on fire. Alright, now less than 15 minutes remaining. I will finally be able to get to go to bed soon. Palaniuk does not do a Morgan. Neither does Hermani. So they're all safe for now. Max Powers made it by Stanford. I hope Neil comes back soon. Is anybody else in the chat? I know Tarugo was in here. Is anybody else? Tarugo, you know you can chat more, right? So this isn't awkward.
Alright, what did I miss out on?
You actually missed something a fair bit.
Oh no.
You're gonna find out what happens when the car takes too much air.
Ooh, is this the final corner, my favorite?
Yep. So not only did he just absolutely just
clobber that curb. Lots of sparks kicked up on that one. Alright, coming down, final corner. Oh yeah, you saw it like lift up off the ground.
let's take a look from what it looked like in the
Very brief, but just enough to lose that grip. It's a good thing they have plenty of runoff from this corner. Just dips in the gravel, slows the car down. Is he still out on track?
Yep.
Okay.
You can just see how he just bottoms out and the car just goes, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. So Max Power's gotten ahead of Russell Stanford. Polinick still in second. Hermani still in third. Now 3 seconds back.
Yeah, I don't think I would have predicted that. Palaniuk is really putting on a masterclass defense in this race, defending both, or against both Hermanes and Morgadeno.
So, Sir Tarugo has commented he likes the Bozak cam.
Well, we got 11 more minutes to integrate it into the stream, so it's up to you, Tyler. You got commentary to do.
Hold on. And there goes Hermione.
I'm off because I'm watching the Twitch stream.
Yep. Tarugo says he's doing dishes while washing. How long are your dishes?
How many dishes? Mew. Do you know, does this game have free cam, Tyler? Like, you just place the camera wherever you want?
So. I wish it did. I would have gotten some really cool drone footage.
Yeah. I would have parked it like right on the like crest of turn 15, so you can just see the cars like pop over the hill and come down for that final corner.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's still 10 minutes left to go. Can this race end? Durgo says lots, but I'm enjoying the stream. Define lots. I need a number.
Or square inches. Like, if you compacted your dishes into a cube, how length, width, and height, how much would it take up?
Hermione back to within a second.
Yeah, he's been sticking pretty close to Palaniuk. Let's see if he's able to get that Peugeot up within half a second and maybe make some more more attacks against Palaniuk for P2.
Honestly, it feels like I'm doing a 24 hours of Le Mans stream. It's 1 in the morning. I'm tired. Where's the relief crew?
Do you have work tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
So as soon as the checkered flag comes out and everyone's done, I am going the frick to bed. So, with less than 8 1/4 to go, let's look at the energy remaining. Palaniuk in a little bit of a dangerous company. He's got 16%, same with Stanford. Power's at 20, and then Hermione and Den are at 21. So Hermione does have more energy than Palaniuk does.
Yeah, but 15%, I feel like he should be able to keep that for the remaining 7 minutes, 50 seconds of this race. Hermanez is not really pushing him too hard, but it all depends. He does have 6% more virtual energy, so he could make Palaniuk defend and use up a lot of his reserve and force him into a penalty for going beyond the virtual energy.
So what's interesting is that Palaniuk's front brakes are on fire, Hermione's rear brakes are on fire.
It's just brake bias.
But it's so different, is what I'm more or less pertaining to.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it just all depends on the car, the driver, how they want it to behave.
How does energy work in LMU? I don't know.
So, alright, Tarugo, there's 2 types of currencies you need to maintain in LMU, and take this all with a grain of salt because I don't have LMU, and I've never driven it. But you have fuel for the car, and you also have virtual energy, which is something that I think it's WEC, the standard that this operates under, actually uses, and it's to balance out cars. Certain cars use up more virtual energy than others. It's a way to balance them. But the way you drive your car determines how much virtual energy and how much fuel you use. But it's ultimately your virtual energy determines when you need to hit. So it basically just ensures the car operate on a level playing field. I personally don't understand why they just don't have fuel and just increase or decrease the amount of fuel these cars use to balance it out rather than having another value you need to pay attention to. But I'm sure if I drove this game, I may understand it better. But yeah, it's confusing, but people who do drive LMU understand it, or at least hopefully understand it better.
He appreciates the info. Hermione probably should use that extra 5% and probably get a move on. He's running out of time.
He's running out of time. We're coming down to 5 minutes. He's really close.
Again, he can get close in the corners, but like the Porsche runs away from him in the straights.
Yeah. I mean, he's been lying in wait this entire race, and it has benefited him a little bit up into a podium position. But if he wants to get past Palaniuk, he's really gonna have to push and start making some moves.
Hermione having 15, still 16%. Palaniuk has 9.
Yeah, it looks like he's pushing a little bit harder now.
Hermione, the time is ticking. The sand, each individual sand is beginning to fall into the bottom of the hourglass. The
What kind
time.
of sound does that make? Can we get some onomatopoeia? Like, what
No,
does sound?
you are not getting ASMR from me at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll give you like a rookie's ASMR next week.
Okay, I'm gonna collect on that one, Tyler.
Oh Jesus. Okay. You're gonna say give a driver a choice of like give like the choice of energy to a driver. You're gonna be like Morgan ASMR now, and I'm gonna be like, oh god.
Or I might poll the people watching and say, what kind of MSR should Tyler do?
Just whisper into my microphone like this. That's gonna. Whoever wears headphones at 3 minutes and 25 seconds is gonna hate me as a human being.
I mean, I'm wearing headphones and I already hate you.
I mean, that's fair enough. All right, Hermione, you have Polonic now down to 7%. He's gonna. I think you're right. He will be safe, but he is cutting it close.
He's really cutting it close. It really felt like he was pushing at that final, like, 3 minutes.
Here we go.
Who runs wide? You want to commentate this?
Hermione down the inside. Locks up a little bit. Switch back by Polonic. Not possible. And Hermione using the extra energy he has over Polonic to get ahead. But can he stay ahead? That is the question.
This might be one of those situations where Polonic just played the long game.
You mean Hermione?
Yes, sorry, Hermione played the long game. So did Max Power. Max Power played the long game too. Just get in first, stay in first. It's good strategy.
Yeah, I mean, get pole position, win the lead every lap, easy peasy. Hermione goes wide. That's allowing Polonic to get his nose in here. Hermione, outside becomes the in and in becomes the out, especially through this second sector. The Porsche does pull against the Peugeot, so let's see what Polonic can do as they come down the straight. Passing Bozak, who's sitting in his garage, probably eating some popcorn, enjoying the show. Polonic looking up the inside as he dives in down. Hermione just decides the track limits are not for him. Polonic keeps to the inside, overtakes Hermione, and Hermione now back down into P3. They'll have this lap and one more, something tells me. Or is it just as soon the first person to take the checkered flag gets it? Oh, a little bit of a tap. And that's going to cost Hermione some time.
That's quite the upset.
Yeah, Polonic is at 4%. Hermione's still in double digits. Is Hermione just like saving and then just gonna flood his engine? Oh my god,
like
Polonic's at 3%. Is he gonna fit? If they have to do one more lap, Polonic is in real danger.
He is, and it's not like Nitro where Hermanes just pumps the remaining like 5 to 10% of his remaining virtual energy into his car and gets a boost of speed, although that would be cool.
Yeah, they're gonna do one more lap.
Right.
Polonic is on danger for running out of energy. Hermione, look at the speed difference! He taps him, locks up. Polonic goes wide. Hermione doesn't want to overtake that way. Let's Polonic continue. Polonic now down to 2%.
He's really going to have to start saving his energy here.
He's not going to have a choice as Max Power will take the checkered flag and win at Portimao. Morgan will take 4th. Stanford will take 5th. No offense, don't give a damn. Kevin Polonic is in defense for his life. He is at 1%.
How many more corners do they have?
Not a lot. As Hermione's gonna go all around the outside. line! But still can't get it. Polinick is in desperate need of energy. Keeps Hermione and just squeezes him as possibly can. Around the outside goes the Latvian sensation, but he can't get it. He's at 0.4%. Is Polinick gonna run out of energy before he gets to the start-finish line? Hermione looking desperately to try and get him. Polinick, is he gonna lose power? And here we go, the final straight. They make more contact. Down the inside goes Hermione, and that's Polinick out of power. Oh no! Is he gonna be able to make the finish line?
Should still be able to make the finish line.
Come on! And that takes it! Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute burner there at the end.
So close. Palaniuk pushing it to the very end. 0.0% left in that man's Porsche.
Yup, he is gonna need a tow back to the pits. As
he might as well just hop out and push his car.
I mean, he's just gonna let his car glide into the gravel.
Fuel saving for the final lap, and Hermanes playing it safe, being patient, pays out for him in the end, gains him a position, slots himself in P2.
Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We don't know when we'll be live next week on the DGen channel, so stick around, follow us on Twitch, turn on your notifications, and we'll let you know when we go live next. On behalf of Neil Kerbal and myself, thank you so much for watching this LMU stream at Portimao. We will see you next time.
Hey, everybody.